the falling out of BMX the first time, which also then is that time when you were kind of hucking and things like that. It's probably the time in BMX that a lot of people maybe best know you from at the same time.
Sure.
Talk to me a little bit why you felt that you fell out of love with BMX at that time.
Um, so yeah, there was definitely like a injury element. So in 2011, I had 3 injuries in 1 year. I probably rode like 3 to 6 months and um, was trying to film for a bonus edit, but that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. The 3 injuries and not having time on the bike, and but it was kind of there was this under the surface rumbling happening, which was I started drinking and partying more and more. So as I'm moving into my early 20s, I'm not as robust, even though that's still quite young, um, as a 17, 18-year-old version of myself that didn't get hangovers, that was probably more physically elite from the amount I was riding because I was practicing and training. I was going to skate park all the time. And as I started filming clips and thinking going to skate park was lame, my training time was going down whilst I was also trying to film and put pressure on myself to get these clips. I'd show up and be like not ready to ride. I don't mean like I'm showing up wasted, like fucking, I'm just not like when you go and film a clip, it's a physical performance, it's a physical feat. You should be ready, like physically uh, and mentally, but like if you like not riding, if you're only riding on the weekend and like I'd go street riding and I'd just be like, all right, jib around, but then we'd be like, all right, I want to go to this one stair set or this one gap. And like that's all I would focus on the day. And then we'd get there and I would either try or not try. I'd try, I'd either land or crash, and then pretty much just chill through the week and then try again the next weekend, do something else. And like over time, you're just like diminishing your skill set and like body's conditioning and like uh then there was like this element of like a bit of a rat race where you'd be filming, trying to film videos, and then you'd hear your peers were performing, doing mad shit, um, and at first it's awesome. It really like spurs you on. Like I remember filming with Troy for the Epic Invasion video, and he'd go ride with like Zach or film with Zach Miner, and then he'd come back and be like, Zach did this, this, this. And then I'd be like, oh, fuck, well, I want to do this, this. And then he would go back and tell Zach, oh, Alex did this, And then there was this like, this mad like vibe. But then it wouldn't have been not long after that when I don't know, thought it's just a miscalculation of your skill set, really. It's like, I'm fucking sick. I can jump anything and just huck and hope and like fuck training, fuck practicing. Um, but your skill set, like your body's like readiness for it quickly diminishes. So to add to that, the anxiety of like filming clips and filming good clips, like I didn't want to just film like B or C clips. I wanted to go and get A clips every weekend or every time. That's like stressful and like um, when you're not landing shit and crashing shit and showing up to like big scary shit time and time and time again, you get pretty burnt out. And I remember being almost frustrated and having conversations with myself, like you're you're bitching out, you're taking too many run ups, you're like, just fucking do it, like shut the fuck up, like just fucking just go, like and it's this, you know, self-feeding fire that's just like ultimately destroying your like skill set or your BMX like level, which is like don't try, show up, huck and hope, and if you get it done, that's fucking mad. But that's not sustainable. Like there is something to it, right? There is something awesome to the stories that you hear of, I don't know, from example, one of the years I was in America and riding with Colt Fake, we, you know, partying, riding, and he's like, we found this gap. It was like footpath, and then a bit of a grass hill, and then a real big spiky fence into an oval. And we saw it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I reckon I could jump that." And then we're like getting wasted one night, and he's like, "I'm gonna go do that gap, first bunny hop of the day." Fuck you, that's the first bunny hop, and I'm just like, dude, really? You're not gonna like right warm up? He's like, no, we're going straight there. And I'm like, this dude's fucking sick. But you can see how that kind of attitude will get you into trouble and he jumped the fucking gap and like aced it and then did a fucking war ride, did like five fucking crazy clips that day. And I'm like, that's amazing. That is so fucking cool. And that does add to like the coolness of BMX that it's not um, a strictly sport training activity, that it is more of like an art creation, a lifestyle, um, and that that story that I just said of Cold Fake, like that sticks in my mind is like, what? That was so fucking sick. So I'm trying to do that every fucking weekend, and it's just you can't do it. And yeah, as you're just getting shitter and shitter, you're just like asking for trouble, and then you get a few injuries. You're getting real stressed out about BMX performing, getting clips. You just you just get over it. And that's kind of like what happened, and I kind of just um, I took the easy way out in that the sense that like I remember kind of being like, just let it go, let BMX go. Like you're so caught up in it, just let it go. And it was like letting a part of myself die. It was like full part of my identity, just like oh, how it was like ego death. It was like just, I mean, just saying that and like thinking back on it, that was also a component to the whole thing. Like I had built this thing up in my head, this like performative character of myself that people wanted to see. So, that's the guy that I needed to portray. But like in all this whole experience, I had a reality check and I'm like, maybe that's not the person that I want to be. Maybe I should rein that in and like maybe I should let that rat race attitude just get off the fucking wheel, just step off and just be free. And that was kind of liberating. Um, yeah.